Marriage isn't for everyone. You can be totally content with a single life or head over heels in love and still feel confident that walking down the aisle would be the wrong choice. What's going on, you guys? I'm your host for this one. I'm Joss Bedard. Welcome back to Inform Overload. Today I'm going to be sharing 10 celebrities who don't want to get married, which is totally okay, by the way. Come say hi to us outside of YouTube. You can find our social media links down below. But for now, I say we get into this juicy list. I want to know, who does not want to get married and why? And if you're bored, which you probably are in self-isolation, you can let me know if you want to get married or if you don't and why or why not. Me, yes, I would love to get married. Kicking off our countdown is the one and only Oprah. Many people turn to her for life advice and moral motivation, so it might surprise you that one thing she has personally never wanted is marriage. She's been with her man Stedman Graham since 1986, but the two of them have never tied the knot. There was a time in 1992 when they were actually engaged to be married, but the ceremony just never took place. Oprah has opened up about why they never got married throughout all of these years, and she says they skipped marriage to have a spiritual partnership. Oprah says after he proposed, she realized that she never wanted a marriage and that the relationship just works because they both enjoy seeing the other person fulfill and manifest their destiny and purpose, which is really sweet. She feels so strongly about their decision not to wed. She once said, "Had we tied the marital knot, we would not still be together." Which is pretty crazy to say, that if you got married, you wouldn't have lasted. Usually it's the other way around. Sliding into number 9 is Jake Paul. Let's clear this up real quick. No, he is not actually married to Tana Mongeau. As the world knew it, the two of them tied the knot in a live-streamed Vegas wedding after just 2 months of publicly dating. But they both admitted that they didn't legally get married and it was all for fun and content. But Jake seems a little confused about the definition of marriage. During an interview, he said, "At the end of the day, yeah, it's fun and it was for content, but we still got married. I think it happened so fast. I don't think being married on paper is the same thing as being married in general. I don't think paper means you're married." But just a few months after the interview, he was dating Julia Rose. He told her that he loved her after he won his big fight, but then revealed that they recently broke up because he said he's an idiot. So we can only wonder what he did wrong to deserve that breakup. However, marriage is still a very confusing topic when it comes to this YouTuber. Next up at number 8 is Sarah Silverman. The comedian was dating her longtime boyfriend Michael Sheen for 4 years, and from the outside looking in, it appeared like they would someday get married. But before the two of them split, there were rumors going around that she was urging him to pop the big question. Sarah was quick to shut down those rumors and explained herself through a tweet, as this generation does. She tweeted, "Just read that I want to get married, which is hilarious because I will never get married. Why would I want the government involved in my love life? Ew, it's barbaric." Even when she was in a serious loving relationship, she didn't want to get married, and she's kept true to that 2014 tweet ever since. Barbaric. Can't say I've ever heard someone compare marriage to barbaric. I think it's romantic, but yeah. Cruising to the number 7 spot is Barbara Walters. The icon has been married 3 times, so she can't say that she would never get married, but she is saying that she would never get married again. In 2014, she appeared on Piers Morgan Live and revealed that one regret she has in her life is not having more children. But one thing she doesn't regret are her marriages because it taught her a lot of valuable lessons, which led her to the decision that she would not want to be somebody's wife ever again. In her memoirs, she wrote about her past experiences and thoughts about marriage now and said, "I've been married 3 times, which is why, as I write this, please know that I will never get married again." She goes into details explaining that she always felt like men kind of dragged her down because she was born in a different time when men weren't used to women in the workforce. And she was always a hustler, and still is. So she's just choosing to do it on her own now. You do you, girl. And spot number 6 is Keanu Reeves. You might have wondered by now why he has never been married or ever started a family. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would give anything to marry the actor, but unfortunately marriage just is not for him. He has had serious relationships, but none that have led him to tying the knot, and at this point he says it's just too late. During an interview with Esquire a few years ago, he said that it was too late for him to settle down at this point. He was asked why, and his response was, "I'm 52. I'm not gonna have any kids. So he's all for having a loving, committed relationship, but when it comes to marriage, he just doesn't see the point of it, especially at this point of his life. I guess the marriage ship has sailed, ladies. I am sorry, but you missed your chance. We're at the halfway mark and we have Khloe Kardashian. There's one thing that has always been talked about when it comes to the Kardashian family, and that is Kourtney not wanting to get married. Throughout the reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, fans saw her date Scott Disick for 10 years and start a family with him. But they also saw her turn down his proposal from him back in 2011, and she claimed that it had to do with commitment issues. Unlike her sister Kim Kardashian, who's been married a few times, no tea, no shade, Kourtney has never seen it for her own personal life, which is totally okay. No one is judging, but that might be changing for her. During a recent interview with Jason Kennedy, she said, "I feel like I'm really content, but I think if it was the right situation, I think marriage is something that I would want, but I don't feel like it's missing." So she's not like totally into it, but might is one step closer to her embracing the idea of marriage in her future. You never know. She's a babe. She could find a man like that. We are at number 4 and we have Jon Hamm. Some people say marriage isn't for them, but the actor thinks that there is some kind of marriage chip and you either have it or you don't. Apparently, he does not have it, which is really shocking to some people because he dated his ex-girlfriend, Jennifer Westfeldt, for 18 years. That is almost the life of my little brother. But throughout the relationship, he said that it was going to stay out of the courthouse. He spoke on it and said, "I don't have the marriage chip, and neither of us have the greatest examples of marriages in our families. But Jen is the love of my life, and we've already been together 4 times longer than my parents were married." Throwing some shade on your parents. Sadly, the two of them did split in 2015, but even as a single man, his views are not changing. He doesn't have the marriage chip, and he's okay with it, but he did admit that being single is, I quote, "sucks." He said it sucks. Imagine being out here in the real world, buddy. Rolling to the 3rd spot is Chelsea Handler. The comedian has made a lot of jokes when it comes to marriage, and sometimes it is hard to tell whether she is kidding or not. She does have a very dry sense of humor, so it's hard to tell when she's being sarcastic and when she actually is meaning what she says. Gotta love her though. She often spoke about the fact that she doesn't want to get married or have kids, and even used the subject line when promoting her Netflix series, Chelsea. A series of mock PSAs were released teasing new episodes of her series, and the message in the PSA was, "Marriage. You can say no." It doesn't mean that she doesn't want a committed relationship though. She told People during an interview, "I never understood why people would want to get married. To me, marriage always encompassed a huge wedding and a huge reception and a commitment lumped together. But I realize now that you can be committed to someone without that commercialization and all of that nonsense." So, like others on this list, she likes a committed relationship just without the actual wedding. Totally get it. You don't have to get married or have the wedding. Just have the marriage like in here. Coming to number 2 is Diane Keaton. The on-screen legend said she is happy she never got married and calls herself an oddball because of it. She is known for many things. She's an award-winning actress, an author, a mother, but never a wife. She's talked about her reasoning and said she's never felt like she was built for it. She said, "I think I'm strange. I'm 73 and I think I'm the only one in my generation and maybe before who has been a single woman all her life. I don't think it would have been a good idea for me to have married, and I'm really glad I didn't, and I'm sure they are happy about it too." She is referring to her past bachelors. She dated Woody Allen, Warren Beatty, and Al Pacino. And yes, she is a mom of 2, but she adopted them and said that she loves raising a family successfully without the help from a man. I love that. I applaud her. I would also applaud a man if you want to do this as well. Finally, in our number 1 spot is Leonardo DiCaprio. Now ladies, I know this might hurt some of you because you secretly thought there was a chance that you were going to marry him someday, but I'm sorry. If anything, it would be me. But despite the fact he's dated some beautiful babes throughout his career, he has yet to tie the knot with any of them. He doesn't have anything negative to say about the idea of marriage. He just thinks that sometimes it's meant to happen in one's life and other times it just isn't. He talked about it with Parade magazine and said, "The truth is you can't predict marriage. You can't plan it. It's just gonna happen when it happens. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see like little Leo babies running around someday, even if it's not me as his wife. But he is currently dating Camila Morone, who started dating Leo back in 2017 at just 22 years old. Despite their 23-year age gap, they do seem really happy together, so who knows where their love story could go. Alright guys, that's all I got for you. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking and fire a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed the video. But for now, I'm going to respond to some comments from my latest IO news story, mukbang YouTuber facing backlash for eating live octopuses. Messy Mess says, God, this quarantine is making me watch videos minutes after posting. Hey, I'm not complaining because that is a great thing for us, so I appreciate it. Donut Nicole says, this is why I am vegetarian. I'm not vegetarian, but I don't like seafood, and this video just validates that I will never give it a chance. Ever again. An unnamed account, literally there's no name, says, can you tell me what is mukbang? Mukbang is when you eat large quantities of food, like a disgusting amount, in a short period of time. Neon Blitz says, don't in some places people eat live octopuses, clams, and lobsters? Like, yes, I assume that people do. Yeah, they probably do. That is the big controversy of this whole video. Is that normal? Is it part of their culture? Is that okay? That is a big controversy. But I'm getting out of here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and ring the notification bell so you never miss another one of our videos. I've been your host, Joss Bedard. I will see you in a future IO video.